Yeah, I'm not saying anything right now. But just come into the link. Grab that link. I'm not saying anything right now. Just come into the link. Grab that link. So I can pull you up. So when you grab that link, I can pull you up right here. So I can pull you up. So when you grab that link, I can pull you up right here. Hello. Yeah, that link. Hit that link. It should bring you right into the studio right here. When you hit that link, it should open up another window over here, so I can bring you onto the screen. It's a delay. Link. Hit that link. It should bring you right into the studio right here. You ain't got a camera? Turn on your camera. Gotta turn on your camera. You gotta. Let me see if I just call you like this. I'm about to do a live key. I'm about to do live. Brother answer. Trying to get us right. Come on. No. Okay. Okay. Well, I was about to have a a guest on, but he has to get his connections right in order for him to come on. But he's a brother from another place, and he's a good. His energy is very very clean. When I listen to him, I can feel the vibe of truth and the passion of real on the spirituality aspect. And I wanted to bring him to the table to speak to y'all on his values and what he understands as spirituality. But subsequently, we wasn't able to do that at this moment. But we will be able to do this soon here in the future. So stay tuned to that. But at this current moment, as y'all been seeing me kind of go back and forth, looking for this value to start, I'm just gonna grab a commercial real quick, and then I'm gonna bring some knowledge, particularly myself. So um, yeah, we're gonna do that. So let me put this commercial on real quick, and I'll be right back at you. You already know the vibes. Y'all know how I get down, right? Well, these some of the channels that I watch and I frequently watch. You know what I'm saying? I watch a lot more, and they'll probably be on the next list. But for right now, these are the channels I'll be watching right now. So like, comment, subscribe to these channels. You already know the vibes. And tell them Naga sent you. You already know. Do it.
abundance, my people. Yes, oh, abundance to you all, abundance to you all. Sunblood, yes, oh. You feel that weather out there? You feel that sun? You feel the rays of the sun? Sunblood, sunblood, sunblood. You must have the blood of the sun and the consciousness of the universe in order to move forward in what we call the Great Awakening, the age of Aquarius. The age where the truth is more disturbing than the lie. This is what we must understand. It's the truth is more disturbing than the lie. We must understand this, my people. And this is why, my videos is shadow banned. This is why I've been at 70. Let me show y'all something. I don't know if y'all gonna be able to see this or not. Let me tell y'all how funny this is, right? Let me show y'all how funny this is. Abundance to y'all. Oh.
You already know the vibes. Grand afternoon. I hope your day has been going well. And like I was trying to say earlier, I was about to have a nice interview and conversation with an interesting brother that when I watch him speak, I feel his energy. And it's hard to feel people these days, but I can feel his energy of truth. So I wanted to bring that to you as a level of spirituality that I think people need to be aware of. And if you see the image and that replication, then that's something to look forward to, lack thereof of what you may have for yourself. But we're not able to do that at this moment because he has to get his situation in order, so therefore we can connect properly. And as soon as that takes place, I will definitely have him on the air. That is a promise. Now I had a nice, interesting experience earlier, having a conversation with an individual and listening to see, because dealing with spirituality as you grow, you get an opportunity to learn how to hear even deeper into certain aspects. It's not just hearing the words someone says, it's like hearing the conversation of the intention of one's heart, right? So majority of the time, you're not listening to the story, you're listening to the lack in one's person's character or a lack in one person's life when they're crying out just to be heard or to describe a certain pattern that they lived within their self. And with me understanding the highest level of one my personal self as far as putting down information and picking up information to gain a higher understanding of whatever spirituality for the particular time. I know that maintaining or trying to hold on to every experience is keeping you in the past, is keeping you time traveling backwards as everything goes forwards. And to be aware of personal wants of past gain is kind of selfish in an aspect, because you're telling yourself you don't want to grow. You're telling the universe you was good when you were at a particular time. And ultimately, oh, there we go. Brother came on. Okay, okay, okay. Hold on, hold on. Peace, brother. Peace, peace, peace. Brother Kane, you got everything together. That's what I'm talking about. Um, Give me 1 second. Introduce the brother correctly. His name is in the title, as you can see. It's Kongo Wattu. As I was saying before, the brother is very interesting. His energy is real, and I can feel his energy when I watched him bring some of his knowledge to the table on some of his live streams, and I felt compelled to at least offer and bring the brother to the table, so therefore he can give off some of this spiritual energy that he has to offer. And before we get into a particular topic, I want him to tell you about himself and how he came about into what he understands to be his level of spirituality. Kongo Wattu. Peace, brother. How you doing? You still don't got the sound? Can you hear me? You still don't have a sound? got a mic. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Say something. No? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? It's your mic, yo. It's your mic. It's your mic. You're gonna have to tweak it. He's gonna have to get his microphone together because I can't get no sound from him. You're gonna have to get his microphone turned on some type of way so we can get the brother back on. But yeah, that was Kongo Wattu. Um soon hopefully we can get the brother back on so um I can get you to I get you to hear what the brother has to offer. But uh it's aggravating me right now because I definitely I'm interested in this vibe I was trying to put together. But ultimately, I was having a conversation with a young woman earlier, and I was listening to her speak to a certain values. I know, bro. I know, bro. I know the microphone is crazy. I got another one I can try. But I don't it's coming from your side, so you gotta it's a little white button. I don't know. You're gonna have to find out, or maybe upgrading your browser, because like if you got like a Windows browser or a Chrome browser like that, that's the one I'm using. I'm using the Chrome browser. So if you could upgrade to that, that might help you. But yeah, so I'm listening to her talk of a particular level of knowledge, and I'm humble enough to build and absorb the level of knowledge that anyone has to offer. But you know, when we deal with spiritual energy, we deal with a heightened understanding. We're not self-serving. You know what I mean? We're not self-serving. We give out the knowledge for growth or the level of comfort for growth in some form of spirituality. And for the most part, you can tell that the world has been like immersed in so much negative energy that this is the only way we have to lean left or right when we come to even an understanding of ourselves. You're fighting for the last time you felt good in your life. You're fighting for that last moment where you thought everything seemed right. And majority of the time, it's a particular time in your childhood. You see what I'm saying? Um, all right, bro, I'll be here. If you get it fixed while I'm still going, we can get you back on. Um, like a particular time in your childhood, or you know what I'm saying, some time when your family was in the right order of situations, we kind of linger and hang on to those particular times. And because we hold on to those particular times, we don't see past any other, because what happens when you go through pain, like when if you break a tree, then that tree can possibly grow back or get stronger in that part where it was broke at. So when we go through damage, we have the possibility of fixing these different things that we've went through and growing that particular spot that was damaged on a stronger level and understanding. And because we don't actually sit down and look at it in that perplexing type of way, we miss a value of change. And the change is going to happen. You grow every day. Somebody forcing you to change, I understand. That's not, you don't want nobody to force you to do anything. Change should be on its own time, right? But the reality is when you learn better, you naturally do better by whatever circumstance that may be. And a lot of people make up excuses for a reality. So I can't I can't judge what seems like what you think is right. You know what I'm saying? Like when you didn't take the right measures to scale your life in a certain way. Like those sound like more mistakes that was taking place. Like you mistaken a lot. You did a bunch of things and then you realize later in your life that's where you messed up at. That's life stuff. That's not spirituality. Spirituality is everyday learning from oneself and then making lessons out of this knowledge and then rising within your connection to spirituality. That changes your characteristic on so many levels. Like you're always dropping a part of yourself. With spirituality, that's the thing about spirituality. You're swift and changeable, never remainable, but always the same. That means you're growing all the time, constantly. There's no time to stop growing. Even if you're not particularly learning a level of knowledge, you're learning a level of knowledge, whether you're trying to or not. This is spirituality. It's being able to condense the value of everything that's happening in your life and understand the collective amount of energy that's being dealt to you and everyone else. So having this understanding, nah, bro, it's cool. I understand, yo. It's cool, man. Um, so having this understanding allows you to grow past a particular value that you think only exists at that time where you're at that present moment. That's only in the present moment of your life. We hold on to certain things because we want to obtain them. We are selfish individuals as creatures of humanity. Once you start being able to work out of the conjunction of what only self serves yourself, you know what I'm saying? Then you start seeing what the value looks like. And people will reverse that polarity on you just to make sure you don't obtain what you need for your life. You see what I'm saying? Like it's different. It's different if you got everything you need, then somebody can say all these things. But if you're in a situation where you're just at need all the time, and they know this, and it appears like everything is together because you carry yourself well. No, you know you got to go inside and do that work. This is what we mean by putting on false facades and going off into the world trying to be things that you know you're not ultimately. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no show to give nobody but the truth. If I was to get any level of knowledge from you, I don't want that fake ish. I want what you really went through. I can't win with the bravado story. I got to know what really happened from where I came from so then I can know how to assess it myself this time. And if you give me what you did, then bet I'm gonna make a different move, right? That takes communication. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't take someone talking over you and telling you what it's gonna be or how it should be. You see what I'm saying? That doesn't take none of these values. They take a value of being still within yourself and understanding why you made particular choices in the first place. You see, you can always say somebody, Tom, Dick, and Harry treated me like this, or you could always say Sarah Sue, and Samantha came at me in this type of way. You can always say these things, but is it relative to the value of what you really need, or was those experiences that just hit the height of how you appeared yourself to be in these circumstances at that present moment? Like we all can say we want, the woman in the castle with the long flowing hair, or the woman with the knight in the shining armor, or you want, you know what I'm saying? We can all say we want these story lives. But in reality, is that what you reflect off as a particular value of oneself? Everything that we are is what we get back. You know what I'm saying? As some attribute. So if you want to look back and said, well, I had all this stuff, so that must have been a value of me. Nobody said people wasn't suckers neither. Nobody never said none of that. Sometimes love, a person feels like, you know what, because I care for you, I'm going to do for you. Especially when you in certain age groups, when you old enough, you care for a person, you stand for that person, and you do right by that person, whatever that means for you. Some people create fake pain and lies to make it look like you need more, so then a person will give you more knowing they didn't need it in the first place, just to go do some other stuff. Yeah, these are people out there like that in the world. It's narcissist people out here that's so crazy. They'll sit around females and listen to them talk about a good dude, and they'll go find or see the good dude coming and snatch him before you get him, just so they can drag him through the dirt and then turn around and say, "Yeah, look what they did to me." Nobody did nothing to your whole ass. You know what you was doing in the first place. We're not gonna play these games. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna play these games, and that's no slight to nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about indifferent to the value of the conversation. There's always a rhetoric that comes off of the tongue when speaking to the value of truth. So if you ain't got nothing to say, then you know what I'm saying? It must be like that's when you know you wrong, because you got everything to say and you won't be quiet. You knew you was wrong. You knew it was wrong in the first place. Why you still trying to tell a story? That's why you're like, when I've been there. I've been there too. I knew I was wrong in certain situations. That's why I was rushing out to tell it. And when I realized what it looked like being right, that's the way I started walking all the time. You know what I mean? You don't learn from yourself and do the same thing. What kind of situation is that? You don't learn from your mistakes and then go and do the same thing, or even think that what you went through is something you can have again to make your life better. No, you're different. What you're going to do is you're going to sour the idea of what that is, because you've changed. You've changed. This is why self-awareness and spiritual makeup and understanding of the divine guidance is very important. This is why it's the ideal of having these changes that take place, having them guided by divine, because that way the sediment can fall down as everything settles inside of you. Because mind you, it's like a snow globe, baby. All the stuff you put, it's got to settle right. You got to be able to pass some of that stuff out, and some of the vitamins, they got to settle right. As soon as it settle right, then you get a different understanding. You know what I mean? You start feeling a little more comfortable and more balanced in yourself. If you don't settle right, you know what you end up doing? You get old fast. Things start poking out in different ways. I'm telling you some realness. This is how age happens. You gotta let divine settle all that spirituality going in your body, because you moving, right? Let's settle all that stuff down, right? Before you start having like varicose veins and feet problems. And I got feet problems and leg problems. That's why I be trying to listen. Look, whole big thing of water sitting right here. Drink water all day. Play with it, yo. That's all I'm saying. Like, your self awareness value is connected to your spirituality understanding. It's how you're gonna chop up and diversify all the pieces of your life. You know what I'm saying? So these things, these awarenesses is good. Like, you don't gotta keep we don't gotta keep regurgitating them over and over, but knowing the basics is a good key to say, well, you know what? Yeah, I understand. My life was just an experience. The things I went through, those was young experiences. I was young, the people was young I was dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Learning to look from both sides of the field and see it for what it was. Like, look from both sides of the fence and see your rights and wrongs and see their rights and wrongs, and understanding, looking at what they did, maybe being serving you as a right, seeing it as it was wrong for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what it means by having a broader spectrum of a mind. Sometimes we just get locked in the situation, and you say a whole bunch of stuff, and everybody else hear what the story sounds like. You just don't hear it. You just hear how the story served you. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, what it really was something completely different. And these understandings have to come to a perplexity. You have to get to them in your reality so you can separate the value. Like, go back to those. If you really want to time travel, don't go back to the negative things that took place. Go back to the events that happened and slow down to the memory and look around in that vision. Look around at the faces. Remember the other faces in those moments. Look around how people was looking at you. Look around how other people was have emotions on their face in different situations. That'll tell you a lot about that vision that you thought you had. It'll show you somebody was disgusted. It'll show you somebody was hurt, or somebody was sad, or somebody was intending to do something, but you was in the wrong place or the right place at the wrong time. You know what I'm saying? Ended up doing something that probably wasn't meant for you. You got to really look at a vision and see, or a memory and see how they played out. Because sometimes it might have been your fault, but you just was the only one smiling. You know what I mean? So with that being said, that's just a little piece of knowledge. Let's get into some music real quick, man. I'm gonna rock this music and I'm gonna see how it feel after the music open. I may keep talking, you know what I'm saying, or I don't know, I may call it. Yeah, you already know the vibes. Hold on, where it's at. Streets want blood. Wap, wap, city. You are the vibes, yo. We taking it off the string. We bringing it straight to y'all. Cause besides the knowledge, I do love some hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna bring them new vibes. You know what I'm saying? The hip hop artists that I love. You know what I'm saying? Rock with me, man. You know what I'm saying? Check this vibe out right here. It's all about the way. You know what I'm saying? Wap, city. Yeah, let's go.
You have a prepaid call from at the Essex County Corrections. This call may be monitored or recorded.
It's a cocaine that we playing. I'm just saying that somebody gon' lose. With a face of stone, was shocked on the other side of the phone. Cause word back home was got a new friend. So tell me what changed. Yeah. Tell me what changed. What changed?
Laid up talking about what the future holds. I can't give a bird a ring, this ain't the Super Bowl. The mirror selfies and boy shorts, you cute in those. Those orgasms back to back, you got two of those. So tell me. Having people come and go. You told your friends you was done, but you wasn't though. Need me to open the door, shit, I'll be glad to. Wanna forgive you, then I remember that he had you like I had you. Shit crazy, kissing with your neck at. Tell me you regret that. They asked me, was you loyal? I used to think I could bet that. How we go forward, how I respect that. Think I need to focus on the bag, where that check at.
Game that we playing, I'm just saying that somebody gon' lose. With a face of stone, was shocked on the other side of the phone. Cause word back home was got a new friend. So tell me what changed. Yeah. Tell me what changed. What changed?
I woke up this morning, looked at that pillow that you laid on. You say I think it's games, those are fillers that I played on. Sheets still smell like whatever fragrance that you sprayed on. Shout out to Shorty who got a man, she can't stay long. Shout out to Shorty who get to chill with me all day long. Thank God you nothing like them bitches I prayed on. They say love is war, I don't see soldiers here. How we ever gonna get closure here? You keep telling me it's over, but you over here. Cleaning up the house, came across your panties. Thinking they covered the same pussy that tried to scare me. Late nights, no breaks, roll dick like a banshee. You hate the fact that your mother still consider me family. Then you text me again, try to sex me again. That's popping up before I can text you again. Text me again, try to sex me again. That's popping up before I can text.
It's a cold game that we playing, I'm just saying that somebody gon' lose. With a face of stone, was shocked on the other side of the phone. Cause word back home was got a new friend. So tell me what changed. Yeah. Tell me what changed. What changed? It's a cold game that we playing, I'm just saying that somebody gon' lose. With a face of stone, was shocked on the other side of the phone. Cause word back home was got a new friend. So tell me what changed. Yeah. Tell me what changed. What changed?
And tell me what changed. Yeah, shout out to Sue Surf, man. Free surf. You already know the vibes. I'm still a hip hop head in my heart. So y'all know I be rocking the hip hop Jones. You know what I'm saying? I need to do some more. I need to make some more. I ain't had time to sit down and actually put some more together. But a wap city. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to. I want to do like some authentic videos. You know what I'm saying? I want to get some new hip hop Jones. I'm trying to like get the word out for me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know anybody out there doing some music and they want to get their videos on the stream, holla at me. I do it for free. You know what I'm saying? I edit it and all that for free. You know what I'm saying? Just get at me. You know what I mean? Put it out there. I can have like your music out here streaming before you put it out in the stream. You feel me? Like that type of energy. But yeah, I ain't gonna talk too much on that. But yeah, you already know the vibes. Yeah, so man, I'm not super disappointed. I'm sad because I was looking to get, you know what I'm saying, hoping to get Kongo up here, man. Boy, be dropping fire energy. Fire energy, that spiritual energy is fire. So, and I got another guest, you know what I'm saying, tomorrow. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be in the morning, so let's hope all that works out too. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do the test and all that. I don't even know how I can test it without I don't know how to test it without going live, like, cause I can't pull you up unless I'm live, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. I got to figure out how to get this thing right, how I want to get it right. I might use the other one tomorrow and see how the other one works. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, so yeah, man. Interesting day, you know what I'm saying? Productive in its own value or whatever, you know what I'm saying? If you checked out the commercials, I'm about to start, I'm about to make another one. Because I got some shows I be watching, man. They be dropping a lot of information. That's powerful, you know what I'm saying? I don't mind showing the love, you know what I'm saying, to who shows me love in some aspect. And you don't show me no love back, I ain't gonna keep showing you no love. What I look like? I don't scratch on nobody's leg, you know what I'm saying? I just show love to who show me love, you know what I'm saying? Even if I like something, I'll show it some love, but I ain't gonna holding on to be holding on. Not me. I'm pouring cups out, waiting for Divine to refill it up. You already know the vibes, you know what I mean? So yeah, trying to stay in that good, happy energy, you know what I'm saying? Trying to stay focused and make something happen. You know what I'm saying? Support the live stream, support the channel, please. Information always in the description, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep playing some music, you know what I mean? I'm gonna play out the rest of this. I ain't gonna do the whole thing. I'm gonna do song by song. After each song, I'm probably gonna come in and talk a little something, just to see if we can build up a criteria real quick. And if y'all come in the house, stay in the house. You know what I'm saying? Comment, you know what I'm saying? Reach out to me. Let's talk. The link is in the chat. So if you want to come in and talk some what you think you got to talk some, we come talk some. You know what I'm saying? It's here. You already know the vibes. Yeah, that's that fire-ish right there. You know what I'm saying? Whap, 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 whap city. You already know vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like, rock with me, man. You know what I mean? That's how we get down. That's how we gonna do, man. I'm gonna bring these to y'all try to bring them like at least 2 or 3 times a week. You know what I'm saying? My favorites. You know what I mean? Keep y'all in tune. You already know the vibes. Rock with me. Whap, 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 whap city. Naga.
Gang. Ace, I like this, nigga. Hey, what about like 50 battles in URL? What's more for me to do, nigga? What else? Huh? If you got a problem, keep it like that. I ain't doing no piece of shit up, nigga. Try something stupid, watch, nigga. It's a war to be for you. Shut up, nigga. Y'all niggas not exciting. That's why they pay more for me than you. That's why. Almost 50 battles in URL. What's more for me to do? I really had fun with this shit. I might do 100 and done with this shit. Really, I do what I want in this shit, nigga. You know how long I've been running this shit. I'm the kid that get called for damn near every known man summer event. Smack call me to put a bullet in you. I'ma show up 100%. Now I'ma turn this shit up a notch. The game will never be the same the day I retire. It won't be another rock. In battle rap, I'm a juggernaut. I done a lot, and I ain't easy to stop. All gun titles, believe it or not. You know how we rock. For Stavia rock, chest surf, easy to block. Calling ab on the block with chest. You Harlem niggas got my respect. Luck and clips, I can climb the steps, and I still got love for shining Rex. I ain't talking shit when you see me, and I ain't scared to do the diamond test. Told B's I want at the minimum 40K and not $1 less. My old shit on the YouTube, wanna add my new shit. Drop dead. If you wanna run, you gon' run into me, and your little run gon' stop here. I don't give a fuck where you battle at. It don't matter if it's not here. URL was the prison yard. I'm 10 years in, top 10, nigga. If you got a problem, keep it like that. I ain't doing no piece with you. Try something stupid, watch, nigga. It's a war to be for you. Y'all niggas not exciting. That's why they pay more for me than you. Almost 50 battles in URL. What's more for me to do? You don't show face when the pressure on, like shit gon' change for you. Battle rapping ain't for everybody. This might not be the lane for you. If you like me with a chain on, you gotta stay strapped with a flame on you. Watch out for niggas that's trying to get 15 minutes of fame on you. Remember, it used used to move slow in the trenches. Look at me now, the flow is expensive. Nah, I could never get close to them niggas, cause I don't need none of them knowing my business. They get me mad and it's over for niggas. I made a lane for most of you niggas, so it makes sense when they say they saw rock holding doors open for niggas. Switch sides and you wasn't for me. I don't lose friends, you a loose end. I knock DNA out your mouth, now your dentist gotta put a teeth in. First battle rapper touch rock, see my mug shot on the newsstand. God gonna open up the gates for you and I'ma be stuck in the bullpen. If you not gay, suck a dick and make sure you keep distance from me. All of these niggas my kids and all of that gumball shit, you get it from me. If you getting paid, why niggas be mad whenever they come and can't get it for free? I get up stage and niggas be mad, they bitches walk up and want pictures with me, nigga. If you got a problem, keep it like that. I ain't doing no peace with you. Try something stupid, watch nigga, it's a war to be for you. Y'all niggas not exciting, that's why they pay more for me than you. Almost 50 battles in URL, what's more for me to do? What else? The biggest bitch.
You already know the vibe. You know, and ultimately the problem people are always gonna have with themselves is that you're not patient enough. You don't have no patience for yourself. Everything you want the outcome of that circumstance right then. You meet a girl, you want to screw her right then. You meet a guy, you want to screw him and find out what he got right then. You get a job, you want to know how much money you can make and you want to slack off right then. You get something nice, you want to fuck it up right then. Excuse my language. You don't got no patience for yourself. You don't know how to be still and don't think about nothing. As soon as you sit down and be still, something starts to itch at you. You know what that is? ADHD. I'm not being funny. I'm serious. If you can't sit down and be still for a certain amount of minutes, that's ADHD. You can have the other one, you know what I'm saying, where you just active, super active, but for the most part, you know, if you remember I did that live and it showed the lady on there and she was telling you about characters and emotions. She also has one that speaks to a level of ADHD and it talks about how people are always fidgety, especially when they get opposed to any circumstance that might be checking the character or bringing a level of this ease to the characteristic. Like you automatically get into the mentality of fidgety. You want to just start moving around and you can't sit still. This is a form of ADHD. It's a trigger that happens within your brain when you're opposed with different characteristic traits other than the way you want to feel in your particular energy. It starts to trigger you in a certain way that leads to you being physically emotional. You know what I'm saying? Which is like ticks and triggers and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So understanding this value is super important. That's why most people be like, I can't meditate. You can't meditate because you got ADHD. You still got some underlying things you need to heal from your childhood. And it might be traumatic. It might be from the fact of I don't know, something. You know what I'm saying? You need to go look that up and see what that is. I was ADHD. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't like the pressure, but I was like forced to go through the pressure. You know what I'm saying? I got forced to go through it to the point to where my mind started reinventing its own value. You know what I'm saying? Like, please don't think because the way you thought you know me, you know how I think. Yo, don't do that to yourself. That's a bad way. That's a real bad way. Don't think you know me because of my situation that opposes itself to you. That's a bad way. Don't judge me by the way I might have handled my family because I care for them. That's a bad way. Don't think you know me because of hearsay and conversation. That's a bad way. That's a way for you to get proven wrong every single time. That's just the reality. So ultimately, and don't think that because I went through things, these things held me in a certain way the way you think you could treat me a certain way. Don't play yourself like that. This is not a reality. This is the problem with I think subsequent values to how people have their personal outlook on themselves. You are afraid of the things you went through. These things are badges in life. Most people get chunks taken out of them when they go through things. They get a piece taken out of them. And that piece that you got taken out of you, in the tarot world, they call it cups. Like you pour your cup out because you gave it to somebody. Well, ultimately, I like to call it chips off a block. You know what I'm saying? Because they get knocked off. Peace. Peace, T. How you doing? It's like chips that get knocked off of you, and these chips they have to be put back in as some value. You see what I'm saying? Ultimately, understanding how or what you gave in these particular values is what's going to allow you to strengthen them back in oneself. Because you're not thinking about what part of energy you're giving when you're having these losses, i.e., if it's from your job, something going on with your family, a relationship, you know what I'm saying? Any of these characters, like you don't know particularly the type of love that you're giving, you're just giving it, you know what I'm saying? And you'll say, nah, this is because my people's how I feel, so I'm giving it. And that's a beautiful thing. But do you know it's information behind that particular type of love? Do you know it's information and characteristic and strength and power in that type of love? That was the fortitude that made you want to say, yo, look, this is what I want to give at that moment. So when that loss takes place, all of that in a nutshell, plus the extra that came with it, is all gone. You're just, and then you're sad at that moment. You're like, how did this or why did this? And I don't know how I trust it or whatever happens. And you feeling like this and you like, damn. So with that hold on is basically showing you what got taken from you. That's why you're holding on to the anger part, because the chunk is already knocked out of you. So the only thing you can hold on to at that moment is the emotions that came with the circumstance. It's crazy, just like that. And once you understand that that's what you're holding on to, you can let it go and let it fly away, because it's literally an experience. Now, goes back to that chunk. That chunk was taken out. That is an importance. But now that you've let it go, you can give yourself time and patience to learn. Oh my God. I'm just talking, yo. I'm just talking. I did speak about you earlier, though. Earlier in the live. But that chunk that you had taken out of you, then you can give yourself time and patience on filling that space up, because now since you're giving yourself patience and time, you can see what actually took place. You know what I'm saying? Because most of the time when you're going through life, you don't revision the vision. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't re-look at the image. You look at the emotions that took place in that image or in that memory. Like you revisit what directly happened towards you. Well, there's faces and there's people around you, and they have energies and residual contact to the situation at hand. And majority of the time, we as individuals don't get a opportunity to see every connection and the energy that we put out, or how it's connected to other things and what that entails. This is why we end up being selfish. That's where selfish comes from. Now, when you start getting into your Godhead, you into your goddess head, you into your Godhead, and you start being able to feel more vibrations than normal, what you're doing is you're being able and capable to pick up on every vibration within the circumference of your circumstance, not just yours, i.e. in the person across from you. It gets that's great. That's a great thing. You should be a not a victim. You should be. I mean, that's not what I'm speaking on, but you shouldn't be a victim, never. And ultimately, understanding the values of how you digest each piece of energy is really threw me. But he just came in like, look at me, I'm here. I'm like, yo, what are you talking about? It really just like threw my energy. Commercial. Yo, we stay in the corner, Naga's hip hop corner. Wap, 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 wap city. You already know the vibe that we rocking, man. This is one of my favorite, you know what I'm saying? My favorite MCs right here, yo. You know what I mean? So rock with me, man. Straight up, it's the cave, man. You already know the vibe. Wap, wap, wap. Naga's hip hop corner. We stay in the corner, John. You already know the vibes.
Nice to meet you, man. It's a pleasure, bro. Nice to meet you, bro. Man, really, bro. You already know what to do, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, bro.
Tay-Rock, I'm telling you, bro. Fuck the brotherhood. Come with me, bro. Come on my side. I let everybody sleep. I'll get you together, bro. You'll be
for you forever. That's X from K. Facts are like there's always a rock sitting at the grave. Nigga, you don't spit heat, you been weak. You living off the hype your dad built up with big meat. You a big leech, big geek. How many days was I on your mind this week? You was skinny dipping while niggas filmed it. You been sweet. Pussy, you Minute Maid lemonade, no renegade. This shit is played. Y'all hear how he rap? Fuck is this nigga age? Goofball, why you saying my name like you getting paid? Disengage, boy, you been afraid to get business scared. Watch when I respond, this gon' make them piss. I only cook up and serve revenge. That's my favorite dish. Yeah, I got robbed at gunpoint, but you ain't taking shit. Only thing buff on you is them shades. I break them shades. Had the cakes, blow your candles out, and then make a wish. Taylor chick, don't play with me, nigga. Play with your bitch. You made a diss, I could've made an ass of you a while ago. Don't like what I'm saying when you see me use your calico. You let Mook son you and put you under his fucking wing. I left Dot Mob and made him get in the fucking ring. The fucking king. I'm not past that. I hate you feeling that. Mook told you that I fucked you up. You gotta live with that. I already 30 you. No rematches in the meet. Kings and queens ain't go down. You can take official place. Pussy nigga. You a fake nigga and I don't rock with you. When you battle over in Jersey, you had some cops with you. This what I gotta do to make the ops get the point. Joyride to Joy Road and then stop in Detroit. Count my name in your mouth. Keep my dick out your voice. You ain't Grizzly Eminem and you don't spit like Royce. Spend your days making disses cause your battle money ran through. Nobody booking you, so this the only thing you can do. It's funny cause before you was hating, you was a fan too. Your dirty ass dreads need some shampoo. Nigga, you don't spit heat, you been weak. You living off the hype your dad built up with big meat, big leech. Nigga. You heard what the fuck I said? You living off the hype your dad built up with big leech, big leech. Know the shits. You know what I mean? Niggas like, fucking them out. Gang.
So, all right, like I like to get in the depths of understanding the levels of vibration. If you ever been watching me or whatever, watched me before or ever been on YouTube, you know I got like classes, incremental science 1 through like 30 something. I got over 40 different chapters of it, you know what I'm saying, on Patreon, and 17 chapters on YouTube, breaking down the values of how literally the systematic waves hit you from incremental values and they toss up the way you supposed to see, opposed to what's coming from the universe grounding you, you know, and coming through your Taurus field, and understanding the indifference to your perplexing ideals and why you actually are harnessed to certain characteristic traits that you feel are yours, particularly when ultimately the characteristic traits are not just yours. They're strengthened by systematic situations, i.e. through the traumas that your ancestors went through, and that residual energy is left on you. And because that value is a real retrospect and it goes past people's understanding on a normal day basis, you act out and you make decisions and choices in your life every day, believing that these are particular feelings and choices that you would normally make on your regular day regiments, when in fact you are harnessing a amplified version of ancestor energy. And this is understanding that power that's harnessed, that's amplified, can be also used to combine these values to make your main characteristic trait of who you are going to be at your height of culminating everyone that has came into existence through your bloodline. Individually shining that light divine is set there for your family to be who you are going to be, shine through you as the jewel you are. That is what this situation is now entailing, and people are literally missing the fact. Do not let one side or the other get out of the box of yin yang and actually samadhi or simplify the middle aspect of this regiment of energy that is becoming characteristic value from, i.e., other DNA placements that brought you into existence. Understand that energy that's perplexing and bringing you into fruition, and you see that you are existing at that point, and carve your own way out of everything that you've known to be your existence. This is true divine growth. If you are capable of putting down these things you believe as falsity or whatever anybody crams down your throat to make you follow, instead of liberating yourself and giving you love for the ideals and the growth process of your own creation value, expanding the understanding on how you are able to do these things, then it's not that. Can we have some water? You know, having a tourmaline throat lets it flow. Most understand the combination, or the tiger's eyes to see, or your heart pumps as, what is it called? I always forget the name when I want to say it. I want to say pink amethyst. No, it's not pink amethyst. It's called I don't remember. I got one in there though. I can't remember. It's gonna come to me watch later, and I'll be like, "That's what it was. It's too late now." But now, being able to shine these values through yourself, and they're strengthened without the stones, healing yourself in your own perplexing way, bringing back those strengthened values of who you were as a younger individual, almost like you never put them down, and you use them again like you never put them down, and you're comfortable with that childlike energy, and allow yourself to have that open mind. This is the reason what the childlike energy is for. It's not for being a child. Like, I'm gonna be down. It ain't that type of energy, but it's for you to remember that when you were in a childlike mind, you didn't have no thoughts. Your thoughts was displaced. You didn't have nothing that you focused on. It was like one thing, and if that didn't work, we on to the next thing. It's like, hey, it's whatever. It is what it is. We're doing army men. No, we playing with pine cones. Swinging from trees. Got broomsticks. We playing sword fight. You know what I'm saying? Just being a kid. Nothing was, you know what I'm saying? And everything was imaginative. You know what I'm saying? You didn't hold on to anything, and you created everything. That is divinity in its finest in the physical, right? So understanding that mentality as this body, or in this time and space, will allow you to do what? It would allow you to absorb a larger amount of creation energy, because you are still enough, and you are in a childlike mind enough to have the diversity. So then you can push enough space out of there right now to where you can like pull in so much more universal energy. Like your head gets big. Like, look at my head, yo, my head. Look at my head. It's like if I put my head over here, it'll be like half my body. A big head. Let me see. If I get over there. They're like, yo, dude, slow. Shut up. Your mama slow. You already know the vibes. I ain't gonna hold y'all, yo. We're gonna get up out. We'll play some more music, dope. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get on up out of here. Love, man. Y'all know I like cracking jokes with y'all sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's Naga, man. Kevin Hart face. That was fire, right? Yeah. I'm about to get up out of here, though. You know what I'm saying? Rock with me. You already know the vibes. Whap, 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 whap. Holla at y'all tomorrow or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, comment, subscribe. Come hang out in the whap city. Come hang out with me. You know what I'm saying? Holla at your boy. Naga.
You know, let's go to the city. I talk different. You gotta see the vision and watch the vision come true, you hear me?
Hello on the bellow.
Shorty, I'm on demon mode. I know the secrets that the Reaper know. He told me I was next, I had to keep it low. Loyalty and honor ain't no secret code. If you gotta buy niggas loyalty and honor, you can keep it though. Words equal power, and that put me on my feet. You know I tried Spanish once, cause my plug was Puerto Rican though. Funny how with 3.5 it got me even though I learned my flaws early, so I come out when it's season. season, oh, I thought it was the game. Made Shorty come back, thought that she loved me, that's some dumb shit. Soon as I left, Shorty jump ship. 5-pound weight for the front wrist to make this shit lock off one whip. I'm tired of the fake shit. It's not the fact I'm complacent. Death at the track when the grave ship. Never got a chance to 2 pills. I was forced 1 promises and next on the matrix. I learned how to roll by Haitian, probably Jamaican. I just know it's fine told in paper. Scarface and belly, that was my motivation. Tired of my mom tears, tired of the crib being vacant. Every time we move it's vacation. My attitude clearly underrated. Before I even knew it was normal, it was tools in my basement. The clock say 3:02. I knew I was crazy, like why? How many times I fucked the coke up? Tell you the color from the odor. Turn the fan off, you get high from the aroma. No dollar in my pocket, but blessed that I woke up. You know what? The young boy I pay, he a floater. Text from the next block, the ops getting closer. Stop being mad at the vultures. Grip on my waist, ain't no need for a holster. It's a cold world out here, but my contract wrote up. I stopped having hope if they wrote them. I stopped doing shit, told them. I slept on clothes before I knew how to fold them. We and unload them. Success equal drama is banging at my door quick. If I don't reach out, who I left ain't important. Now them niggas know me, call me bro, but they force it. I had to call plays for the offense. Mixing up my days, I've been off since. I remember days in the apartment. Now it's club soda for the stains on my carpet. Hate a little what, cause my name is the target. Lost so much, but it's the game, so I charge it. Yeah, I wallow on my energy while I'm still growing, never bow to my enemy. I know my day coming and they plot to get rid of me. Let me make right with a law before you finish me. Y'all feel that? Goosebumps in the air then. I get proactive with this clear skin. Niggas shoot first if they fear him. Don't tell me what he said, cause what did you say when they hit him? Yo, I'm too real to compare them. Speed it up. Every bar is a struggle because I've seen enough. You show a bitches stacking cash, watch them bitches eat it up. They wanna eat at the table, but don't clean it up. Y'all follow trends, I ain't keeping up. Imagine a broke bitch telling Eden I ain't flea enough. Niggas chasing money trying to impress bitches, but them same little bitches for a blunt you can beat it up. Yo, here's a lesson and it's up different. I shed tears and my heart ripping. I'm in the mirror like who are you, nigga? And my reflections at the board, nigga. So I'm one of myself, that means I'm cool, nigga. I'm gone.
Keep your eyes on me.